let me introduce you to the joys of living underground.
It's got very weirdly orange-yellow skin. Are you fucking doing international money laundering?
It was frustrating at times.
Yes. Hey everyone, that surf junkie thing does not work at all. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 510. I'm your host, John_Danger, joined by my beautiful and lovely co-hosts.
Matt. My name is Matt.
And TJ, complete with a half-strength Gatorade.
TJ, you have to talk into the mic.
I don't want to talk into the mic. I'm getting my half-strength Gatorade.
Okay. I can't drink half-strength
I do
Gatorade.
have my half-strength Gatorade.
But it's orange.
I, too, have my half-strength Gatorade. Oh, wait.
Oh, I saw that. I've wanted to try it.
So
but
this is Sprite Chill.
Okay, fuck. I am worried because that okay, John, describe it first. What is Sprite Chill?
So I'm gonna go on Sprite's website and read their fucking goddamn
What
the
does
coldest
chill
ever.
taste like?
The new limited edition Sprite Chill, the coldest
Made by
lemon lime
Coors.
flavored soda, featuring a cherry lime taste and a unique cooling effect.
Okay. So I have thoughts before you even open this thing. So it says cherry lime.
Uh-huh.
Cherry lime is usually thumbs up for me. I love cherry lime. Cherry limeades, whatever. Love that mixture. It's also a white soda.
Yeah.
And usually white things that are cherry taste so much like cough syrup more than other things that are cherry.
You don't like the cherry Gatorade?
I do not like Glacier.
I hate
I
that
actually
shit.
don't like it either. My wife
Can't stand it. And I'm thinking that, Glacier Cherry that also has a similar cooling effect, and that's what I don't like about it. I'm worried about this, John. Good luck.
Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, natural flavors, less than 2% of sodium citrate, sodium benzoate, and modified cornstarch. So I don't know what the cooling effect is in this.
It's not menthol. It's a natural flavor.
Which, there could be mentholides that are natural flavor. Natural flavor allows you to get away with a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
It smells like a
Menthol
cherry
comes from
limeade.
mint plants.
Okay.
I need like a palate cleanser because I had a mint earlier. So I can't tell how much of the chill is from that and how much. I had a Mintia,
Oh, yeah.
Asahi, Cold Smash. These are like super strong Japanese mints that I ordered for some reason on a whim. So I'm enjoying it. It's cherry limeade. I don't really know what the unique cooling effect is, but I don't think it's very cough syrupy, TJ. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
I would say the cherry is very, I don't know, like it takes a back seat maybe.
Yeah, with cherry lime, I like cherry to be forward because lime is already, citrus already powers through.
I'm going to read Spork's review. Pros, there's definitely a difference in mouthfeel between this and regular Sprite, but it'd be generous to say it was colder than the actual temperature of the soda itself. I can't put my finger on the sensation, but it wasn't unpleasant. One popular international variant of Sprite could certainly see an improvement with the addition of chill formula. Could we see the same cooling agents in the future version of the strangely minty Sprite Ice, which apparently is a South Korean version of Sprite? Cherry lime flavor is pretty understated. Exactly. It's like
It might still be Sprite forward, and then
okay.
just-
This cooling factor is a little weird though. Our tongue feels cold.
Oh.
Like colder than the rest of my mouth, which is weird. And it's definitely not the mint because it's getting more now. I had the mint probably
It's like
like
the
20 minutes
opposite
ago.
of spicy.
It really is.
That's weird.
And drinking something like this, you wonder, is this good for you?
No.
No.
Do I trust a soda company to give me something that's healthy?
No.
Okay, what
I mean,
is
it just
Sprite?
makes me think of Fallout and all of the Nuka-Cola flavors and how they're all full of, like, asbestos and poison.
They said it does have a cooling sensation. Proprietary blend of cooling agents.
That sounds delicious.
It's not menthol at all. It's really weird.
Can't you, like, take
it's
it
like
to
my
work and
mouth
put
is
it under a
cold.
microscope or something?
I don't
know
think
what
that's
science
how
does.
chemicals work. You need to go a little bit more than electro. Oh, you probably need like a scanning.
Spectrometer.
Exactly. Yes, we need to do spectrochromatography to determine what is in this. Anyway, it's weird, but also pleasant. But the cooling is really weird.
It seems especially weird to me that, like, the cooling grows over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
it's
know
a way to
that I
keep
would
cool in
enjoy
this
that in my mouth.
summer. So it's gonna get hot, right, TJ?
Fuck this week. Like the next 8 days are going to be 90 plus. I am
Uh-huh.
not excited.
Do you have central air there?
We don't have it on, so no.
Why do you
Let's
not
just
have
say
it
no.
on?
It's not my house.
Yeah, but you live in it.
TJ, let me introduce you to the joys of living underground. Here in my vault, it's
that's-
always like 60 degrees. It's great.
So
I'm fortunate that my home office is in the basement. It is nicer
So-
down there.
I mean, okay. So I don't understand why people choose to live badly when they don't have to. I don't know what. Okay, so AC.
Oh,
running
like
the air,
why you wouldn't run the AC?
running the air conditioning is definitely going to cost more than not running it. Like it uses a lot of energy, but I pay for power, and I know when it goes up, and it's going to go up 50 to 100, depending on how big the space is, a month. That is definitely worth feeling comfortable. like especially if you just use it sparingly. So we're talking like, let's turn it on now because it's starting to get hot. Like that's maximum $300 for an entire summer. It's totally
Yep.
worth it.
I totally cease to function when I'm too warm. I just
Yeah.
I can't. I don't have any energy and I can't get anything done.
I mean, whatever. It's not your house, you said, so.
Yep.
It's just weird.
You got to get some Sprite chill.
Yeah, get some Sprite chill. Actually, instead
Cover
of
your
drinking
body.
it, pour it all over your body. And then
Yeah.
you'll get the cooling effect.
Just
Actually-
smear your whole face in Vicks Vapor Rub and sit in front of a tiny fan.
I was just about to say, you could just do that. Like, get those,
Yeah.
what are those Japanese things I always see in anime where they have, like, it's a pad you put on your forehead that, like, cools you?
Oh yeah.
Those are, like, chemical activated. Like,
Mhm.
it's like a glow stick, like you break it.
I saw this thing starting to make the rounds in YouTube advertisements. It's a cover for your bed that like actively cools it, so you can be up to 10. No, I can't remember if it was 10 or 20 degrees below room temperature.
Yeah, we've got one of those cooling blankets. It's just-
Stona cooling gel pads. I don't know how they work, but apparently you can
No,
just put 'em-
this is like it's eight sleep or something like that.
Mm.
But it's like actively cooling.
bed cooling system 8 sleep. You own
Mhm.
this or no?
No, I saw like a mid-roll YouTube ad for it,
Oh, okay.
and I'm
okay.
I tried a little bit to figure out what the actual tech is.
It's
but,
it's very simple. I'm on their website and I can tell. It is the pod, your mattress, the base. Does the
Yeah.
pod sit on top of the mattress? No.
No, the pod is a standalone thing. What does the cooling?
No, but
And
the pod.
then
But it says the pod, your mattress, the base. So I'm assuming the pod is something you wrap around your mattress.
No, it's like a little computer tower looking thing. And then it connects to this mattress cover that just conducts the heat through
Yeah, that's
a
what I'm
big
saying.
wire grid.
It's a mattress cover, yeah, that has a cooling tower. So it's basically an air conditioner. So it's like it's like a water cooler, but for your bed.
Yeah.
So it's running cold solution through the mattress. Now, here's my one problem with that. One, do you use a mattress topper? Because that's going to make it not work as well. Like if you have a memory foam topper or something. Two, maybe you don't need that because maybe it's got a night. Three, the price on this is fucking ludicrous.
Yeah, it's like $2,500. It's
Yes.
ridiculous.
Shit.
So there's a thing that you will also see all over called the bed jet, which is far cheaper. Have you heard of the bed jet?
No.
Does it just make me fly out of bed?
No, it's a fan.
Oh.
But it's got a little piping that goes up the side of the bed, and then it has a little nozzle that goes underneath the covers. So there's a fan shooting air at you under the covers, which seems pointless to me. Because I have a fan that blows on us, and when I'm hot, I stop using the comforter and switch to a top sheet.
Yeah.
Or nothing. And that keeps me cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like, you also have to, like, sleep in a way with the bed jet in which the cover is creating a seal. Like, you have to have it, you can't, like, have your, comforter bunched up or anything. It's got to be, or else the air is just going to escape rather than, like, go around you and cool you. It's a really stupid product, but they spend a lot of money on advertising.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine it's far cheaper. BedJet Climate Comfort System. It is far cheaper. So the regular one, the non-dual zone, which means there's just two hoses. Actually, there's two devices with the dual zone, so it's double the price. $429, down from $600 though. I bet they never have sold it for $600, but it certainly is cheaper.
So here's my question with the sleep aid thing. Where does the heat go? Because
in the room.
is it just going straight into the room?
Yeah. Obviously. Where else would it go?
I don't know.
Do you have it vented outside? Because then it would go outside.
That would make sense to me.
Uh,
But that's why I was trying. Like their website's really sparse on the details.
Okay, the hub. It holds the water for cooling and heating, so it's water cooling.
I'm disappointed to find it's just so water cooling because there are like
Yeah, it's just
solid
it
state
just
electrical devices that'll make one side really cold, one side really
yeah,
hot.
it just radiates heat out into the room. I can see the fin stack inside it.
Which I guess it is not too bad if you just leave all the windows open. But
Or you're running AC. I mean, then that's just more effectively pulling the heat away from your body in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lucky that I don't feel like I sleep that hot, so.
I want to sleep in a back to tank.
What about a water bed?
No.
Well, those would effectively like cool you.
If the waterbed was a bath, then yes. But
I mean, I'm already under a weighted blanket and only breathing via my CPAP, so I'm like halfway to a snorkel anyway.
not fair. So, you drank your Sprite chill. I've got some news.
The
And the
bed,
sodamollier
the 8 sleep. It says it can cool your bed to as low as 55 degrees Fahrenheit or 13 Celsius. That's
I
very
can't afford
cool.
that.
As
That's
long
very
as
cold.
room
I'd love
temperature is
it.
not above 75 degrees.
Is that what it says? Oh.
Yeah, I think they say like up to 20 degrees below room temperature.
Oh.
No.
Well, then what's the point? Just turn the AC up.
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
Anyway.
I can't afford AC. I can only afford a $2,500 mattress cover.
Get a swamp cooler. I love a swamp cooler.
Yeah. If you want a little bit of coolness and a lot of moisture in the air, you're all set.
I just like the term swamp cooler in general. I know that they don't really work that well, but they sound cool. I read an article saying that climate change is going to be so bad that air conditioning won't be able to keep up.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
You don't have to worry about that though here. That's really just the places where it gets really hot all the time. But like for us, we'll be fine. We actually live in like a really good climate area in Wisconsin or even Illinois because we've got a huge freshwater lake that isn't really in danger, at least in the near future. And we're in a pretty decent climate band. So, yeah.
And eventually we'll have oceanfront property.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
All right, TJ. I'm done interrupting.
So, PepsiCo.
Uh-huh. Everyone's
favorite. We're going back on the Mountain Dew train.
I know. I saw a bunch of Mountain Dew flavors got announced.
I did too. Well, I was in the store and I saw one, and then I saw two more. I'm like,
and you
what
didn't
the hell?
buy them.
Did not buy them.
Bring them up for the summer.
Because I saw the one and I did not want to get it, but I will go through it. So, This summer, Mountain Dew has 3 new flavors: a red, a white, and a blue.
And there's another one too, but yeah.
Well, there's actually 2 more. We'll get to them.
Yeah.
But
I
want
saw one.
to talk about the red, white, and blue because I want to go back
Red,
to
white, and Dew, please.
when Mountain Dew SA came out a few years, I think 3 years back now. It advertised as its code red, whiteout, whatever the blue raspberry one, voltage. And I thought that meant that 12 packs would have 4 code reds.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
4 whiteouts and 4 voltage, and that's what I thought they were.
Yeah.
But then each can was homogeneous; it was mixed together, almost like a rocket pop or whatnot. But this year they now have the 3 separate new. I'm gonna put "new" in big quotes. Flavors. Some of them are new, but they are all newly named. So the red flavor is Mountain Dew Star Spangled Splash, which is it's a combination of berry flavors.
Okay.
Don't know what that means yet. I'll probably give it a taste next podcast.
Code reddish.
Yeah.
Sounds
berry.
I would assume it's fruit punchy.
I think it's fruit punchy, raspberry, strawberry, probably. With that citrus kick on the end. I just know I'm not gonna be able to finish each one of these. I'm gonna give them to my kids afterwards because I just can't do this to my teeth anymore. Then there's the one I saw first.
Just take them out and get veneers, man.
Yeah, I know. But those cost money.
Yeah, but you could
just
sell
your
teeth.
$2,500 mattress
Sell
cover.
my teeth. Okay.
Come on, make
Yeah,
money.
I gotta get my $5,000 mattress cover. $2,500. Yeah.
$5,000 and add the bed jet to that,
And I have the
and
bed jet, yes.
you will die of hypothermia.
Maybe not me. I run really hot. So, all right. The second flavor, the white flavor, it's the one that I saw first. Mountain Dew Freedom Fusion, a refreshing lemonade with white peach flavor.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I know everyone loves peach. I can't stand peach.
I fucking love peach.
That's what I didn't like about the what did we call it? The suicide when we mixed all the Mountain Dew flavors.
So
together.
now I'm gonna have to buy that one for the podcast. Then I'll buy the peach one. I'll take the peach bullet.
All right,
and I'll have to go to a KFC and get their KFC Sweet Lightning, which is peach flavored as well, and then compare the two.
Well, you'll go to a KFC, and we'll get to that later in this.
Oh no,
article.
There's another KFC new flavor?
Yes, I will get to that. Like I said, there's 5 flavors, not the 4.
Ooh.
All right, the blue flavor for the red, white, and blue, Mountain Dew Liberty Chill. It says it's a blend of 50 flavors to create a bold midnight blue color and berry taste.
I like the
It's
Liberty
Mountain
and
Dew-
Chill.
It's Liberty Brew. It's Liberty Brew again.
Did you see that they're bringing back Game Fuels is available?
There's a couple of game fuels available, or at least there were, like over the past couple of months.
Oh, there's Mystic Punch Diablo 4 Game Fuel.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I looked at the price and I was like, Man, they're fucking drop shipping ludicrous expensive on this. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, a fucking 12-pack is $10 now for some reason.
Okay.
Remember when 12 packs of soda were $5? Like 2 years ago?
Yeah. Or
Thanks, Joe Biden.
where I would only get them when they were $3 or less, quarter a can. That
Oh
was,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that was my goal,
Oh.
is getting $3 or less.
Where Kroger constantly would have
Sales, yeah.
three 12 packs for $12 or something. So it's $4 or even 3 for 10
Yeah.
sometimes. They still do that sometimes, and that's like the only time I buy soda. But it's fucking ludicrous, like, man. It's water
right.
and syrup. The prices did not go up that much, people.
No, they didn't.
They're gouging.
It's because we need to open up the strategic soda reserve and pump out some of that McDonald's or Mountain Dew.
We need to open borders for soda. We need to get the pipes flowing again. We've got the pipes from Mexico. We need the Mexican Coke flowing across the border again.
Oh man, yes, please.
All right. This summer, there are 2 more additional flavors that aren't following the red, white, and blue. We have a gas station exclusive one. It says it's 7-Eleven and Speedway. They merged, or 7-Eleven bought Speedway, because I'm finding 7-Eleven products at Speedways. It just happened. So, now I don't know if Quick Trip will carry them, because sometimes Quick Trip gets some weird ones out of nowhere. But I do have to say, Quick Trip is the GOAT every time I go up through Wisconsin, like when we're visiting my kids' school.
They're
But,
full on morphing into like whole grocery stores.
Yeah,
They're
I
getting
know.
bigger and bigger.
All right, so 7-Eleven and Speedway have Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl, which says it's flavored with artificial pineapple and berry flavors. So that's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. No, thank you on the
Don't like the pineapple. Yeah.
You don't like anything.
Well, remember the pineapple did make my mouth tingle that one time.
Where's
The
the
pineapple one.
Is there a Mountain Dew website?
Yeah, kind of.
Dew
I don't
tracker.
know. It's like
Like, I'm just saying, like, I went to Mountain Dew, Google search, and one of the first results is dewnationhq.mountaindew.com.
which is a members thing.
And
Yeah.
I got an alert that I shouldn't go to this dangerous website. So, or is Google just that bad? Yeah, okay. Google just sucks. You just type mountaindew.com and you get the Mountain Dew website. Google,
Yeah.
of course, did not give me any results that were useful, but I was just wanting to see.
But yeah, so Infinite Swirl is turquoise. It's a dark colored dew.
Mountain Dew Cooler Quest. Wait a minute. Looking for an adventure this summer, guys. First ever Mountain Dew Cooler Quest to celebrate the summer and release of 3 new limited time flavors: Star Spangled Splash, Mountain Dew Freedom, Fusion, and Liberty Chill. We had 50 coolers across the country in 10 locations. All right, here we go, boys. Let's do it. It's an ARG. We gotta go find one.
Or basically geocaching now.
Yes, it straight
Mountain
up
Dew,
is.
go
here.
to the polls.
Mountain Dew to the polls.
Mountain Dew, your civic duty.
All right, on June 20th, we'll be dropping the GPS coordinates of 10 outdoor locations across the U.S. Each location will have 5 coolers waiting to be discovered. So grab some friends, some gears, and get ready to go outside. TJ, you coming with me?
I guess.
The Mountain Dew Cooler Quest contest is open to legal U.S. residents. Okay, blah, blah, blah.
Give me 90 fucking degrees that day.
Please remember that any individual engaging in behavior that is non-sportsmanlike or disruptive, or with the intent to annoy, abuse, or threaten or harass any other person at the location, will not be considered as eligible. How can I find the coolers? The GPS coordinates of the cooler locations will be posted on our website, mountaindewcoolerquest.com, at approximately 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's 11
Central. Yeah.
on June 20th. Was that Monday?
Friday.
Next Friday. All right, here we go, boys.
Oh, sorry.
Next
Thursday. Yeah. Forgot today's not Sunday.
The first 5 eligible participants to find staff members wearing a Mountain Dew shirt will win a Mountain Dew Cooler prize pack. Make sure to start the search early if prizes aren't claimed by 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Prizes will be deemed unclaimed, will not be rewarded, and will be removed by staff from the location. There's no way that there aren't going to be fucking 5 people that show up.
Yeah.
How many coolers are available? Because they're going to have employees there, so they're not going to have them that far away.
Yeah, it's 10 locations.
In the
each having
entire
5
United
coolers.
States. So there may not even be one near us. I would say You are much
It's
more likely to
me.
have one near
I'm
you.
Yeah.
In Illinois. So you have to do the cooler quest, TJ.
Fuck.
You can drive. You can.
Yeah, it's true.
I want
All
you
right.
to do the cooler quest. If it's feasible, I would like you to try. If it's not feasible, obviously, if it's like an hour away, like fuck that.
I'll see based off the GPS. Just message me that morning so I remember, because I'll forget.
I'm already going to forget, but I'll try and
Yeah.
remember.
Exactly. All right, last Mountain Dew flavor. John, while you're going to get your Sweet Lightning, your sweet peach and honey flavored
This
Mountain Dew
website
at
doesn't
KFC,
have any of these other flavors on it.
it doesn't. No. But KFC has launched a new tropical passion fruit Mountain Dew. Oh, I like passion fruit.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. This website. All right. The website does have the other one. So don't forget there's two other limiteds this summer as well. Baja Laguna Lemonade and Baja Point Break Punch.
Oh yeah, those.
I don't know anything about these. Can we look at? I'm looking them up. Baja Laguna Lemonade Mountain Dew, because I have to go on the fandom, the Mountain Dew fandom website to find this. This is
the
Mango
Mountain Dew fandom
Lemonade.
wiki.
Mango Lemonade. So that was spring 2024, but through summer.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one? Baja Point Break Punch. Just fruit punch. March. So these might not still be available, but it does say that they're out there. Kind of wish I would have tried them, but whatever. Code Red 0, regional availability, cases exclusive.
Purple Thunder now has a 0 sugar for
Oh yeah, we didn't do Dollar General. Maui Burst.
Yeah, we did. That was the pineapple one that made my mouth tingle.
Oh, okay. Mountain Dew Legend, of course. There's no Mountain Dew caffeine free anymore, huh? There's Diet caffeine free. Whiteout is discontinued.
I miss Whiteout. Whiteout was good.
What was whiteout flavored?
It basically tastes like mellow yellow. It was more of a smooth citrus.
Okay.
They call me Mellow Yellow. Okay, this website does not have... I have to go on the fandom website, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
That I have to go to a fake website to look at this.
Why would you pay an employee to update a website when you could just have people do it for free?
I mean, you're not wrong. The summer freeze. Remember the summer freeze?
Yeah, that was last year's, wasn't it?
I know. I liked that. And then I OD'd on it because I had too much of it. That was the Rocket Pop flavored one.
Yeah. But I think Liberty Brew was like Rocket Pop too the year before.
I mean, sure, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I think Summer Freeze was specifically Rocket Pop, where...
Is it called
everything
Passion
else
Fruit
just-
Frenzy? Is that the one?
Oh, yeah. I think
No, that's
so.
New Zealand.
No, I'll go back. Or
What was that? I'm trying to find it on this website, and there's just so many. I've got Infinite Swirl, but...
yeah, where the fuck did I just see the...
Oh my god, you've already lost it.
Yeah,
And we've lost the audience.
We did.
Blackberry
Wait,
Sweet Lightning?
That was a while ago. Here.
Berry Twister?
History. I never use my history anymore. 5 new... okay. Yeah, it's MSN article is where I got this from.
Oh my god.
I know. It's so bad. Yeah, tropical passion fruit. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. It's not a new flavor. Sweet Lightning
Yep.
can get a tropical passion fruit add-on.
Correct, and I'm seeing this Blackberry Sweet Lightning
What
as
the
well.
fuck?
Is available
that
limited
sound-
time. So it is just because they have the Pepsi fucking version of the freestyle machines probably. So
Yeah,
if you have
well-
a KFC that has a Pepsi, what are they called? What's the Pepsi freestyle
I don't
machine?
remember. It's not even as
Pepsi.
good. Version of
What are they called? Spire. Pepsi Spire.
Spire. Yeah,
So yeah,
they're
that's
not common.
no, they're
They're
not
not
because
very common.
because most places do. Although I have used a Pepsi Spire at the what do you call it? Movie theater, because the movie theater is Pepsi products. So, but yeah, so that's it. So never mind. I'm just gonna. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna get the normal one because I got to try it against the other peach flavored one. See if it's just the same. See if it's just the same thing.
Well, it's peach honey versus peach lemonade, so it's got to be different.
No, Sweet Lightning isn't peach honey.
It's peach and honey. Yeah,
there's no honey. There's no honey flavor in that.
It's peach and honey. It's always been peach and honey.
I don't think so. Sweet peach and smooth honey. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's honey in it.
No, it just tastes like peach. We said it tastes like drinking a peach ring.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I love. On June 11th, 2019, Kentucky Fried Chicken announced in a press release that Sweet Lightning would be expected to be in all KFC restaurants by July 1st that year. In a YouTube video, Colonel Sanders interviewed a man called Sweet, showing his drink to him. Colonel Sanders was in awe and hired Sweet right on the spot, but only on one condition. The sweet peach and smooth honey flavor had to be available at KFC and only KFC. Sweet accepted his deal, and it's available since. And now I'm remembering the fucking advertising around this as there was a guy named Sweet and a guy named Smooth Honey, and a guy named Sweet Peach, and they're like, You got to get on here. Oh God, I just played the video, so that's in the Discord for a second. I remember this. 29. This is pre-pandemic, so it's very hard to remember things that happened then.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's a Western man named Sweet. He's got very weirdly orange yellow skin. That's it, really. I like Sweet Lightning, but that's me. I have good taste. You guys don't. Peach flavored things are great. Sprite chill is good.
I need 3 seconds for a nice Buick story for this podcast because that's all this podcast has become is Buick stories. I've spent a lot of this week just putting a whole bunch of stuff into my jellyfin. So let's just say that some child in Sweden has been illegally downloading a bunch of stuff, and for some reason they're on my computer. Something VPN something.
Swedish child.
Yes.
What VPN service do you use?
I use Hotspot Shield, which I get with my I get that with
never heard of that before.
I get Hotspot Shield Premium with my Dashlane password manager subscription. So
I've also never heard of that password manager before either.
Think British. I found Dashlane on a Tom Scott video.
Okay, Dashlane. Anyway, well, okay.
So Matt, I no longer need to borrow an Apple TV account. I now have Tetris.
All right, cool.
Which I've not watched.
Can I borrow a jellyfish account?
Jellyfin?
Jellyfin.
You may have to. I may have to set up a different VPN for you to VPN in because it only works on local network with the stuff I have.
Gotcha.
But there are ways.
Yeah, I'm gonna set up my own either Plex or Jellyfin. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, so I now have 19 different shows. Some of which
where would a
Swedish
child download things from? Because man, trying to find torrents nowadays seems to be an impossibility.
So
every website is just fucking viruses.
Yes, most websites still are viruses, but so the ones I've been using.
No, the Swedish child.
The child.
The Swedish child have been using. I've been having good luck with a lot of common things on torrentdownloads.pro, but it has a lot of the same issues where you have to there's a lot of fake links that are links to other websites.
Gotta love that.
Just the thing.
Yeah.
Just like every other one.
That's just natural selection, baby.
Eventually, I wasn't able to find something, and I just did a DuckDuckGo search for another thing, and it led me to nyaa.si. That's nyaa.si. That's really good for more obscure anime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They try to be a bit more more specific in like anime and manga crap. And then the last one I found, I was trying to look for, I was doing a DuckDuckGo search for the best torrent sites for audiobooks, because I've got someone who wants to do audiobooks and the library services don't have these ones. So I try to go legal first, and if not, I go elsewhere. And
that is my moral rule as well, is I
Yeah.
attempt to get legal, and if I can't, then I give up.
Torrents with a Z, then the number 2.nz. It's a really bad site, but it's really good for what you need to find.
I think the other issue is I have a really hard time finding some things. Like, for instance,
Yeah.
so I've doing my rule. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Doing my rule of paying for things when I can first.
Mhm.
I have the Trailer Park Boys DVDs I've been buying. So 4th season. They did not release a lot of the seasons on DVD after this season. You can buy a $200 scalped full box set like thing, which I'm not going to do because they're not making any money off of that, because these are all third-party sellers that bought them already. But there's some like things like the Christmas special, very hard to find. I couldn't find the Always Sunny Christmas special, so I bought the DVD on eBay for $4. Like, it's just, I find it's hard to find stuff, and I wonder if it's because you need to be on private trackers to be able to get things now, and the
Yeah,
public ones are just garbage.
Yeah, I'm finding some of that too.
So what you really could do, if you really want to get in the correct way to get stuff, is set up a Usenet account. Remember Usenet? No, because it was a thing that was existent before we were on the internet, because it started in 79.
I was going to say, I remember hearing about people older than me talking about Usenet in the past tense.
So Usenet is like a different internet. So what you need to do is pay a subscription fee for a Usenet provider to like get a connection, and then download like a Usenet browser to connect to it, like a client or an indexer, because it's like, it's not, you can't like Google Usenet stuff. You have to like know the IP address to put in to go to that website. But I know a lot of people that are like, yeah, I just use Usenet, because people just put their entire libraries up on that.
Yeah.
And nobody really ever gets in trouble legally from it, because nobody fucking uses it.
Yeah.
So I've thought about doing Usenet as well. The other thing is you just have to get in a private tracker, and I don't really know how to do that. I feel like you have to like, it's like the mafia. You have to like know a guy
Yeah.
to like vouch for you. So I don't know, man. I still just try and buy stuff.
Some of the last things I've been doing is stuff that I had, let's just say, I had a Swedish child as a friend when I was in college. Just put it that way. And I already had, and I just kept moving it from hard drive to hard drive to hard drive. Still had it up till now. I'm like, fuck that. I want the dual audio version.
Yeah.
So once I just got the dual audio version, and then got rid of my old stuff finally. Not completely done. I've got some weird ones that are, one of which is not something that's published anymore. You cannot find it anywhere. It's also a really bad show. Final Fantasy Unlimited.
Oh, you're talking the anime,
What?
right?
Anime, yeah. I found out.
FF Unlimited is unavailable to stream anywhere, nor is it able to be purchased.
Mother's Basement did a video on it.
Yes.
It is one of the worst animes
It's very
ever
bad.
made. It is so bad.
And the dub is so trash. Early 2000s dub.
I didn't watch the dub. I have the subtitled version still from my High Seas days, but I wanted to get the dual audio version, and that one is, I think I need private trackers for it, or I need to just grab it from a collection or something. But yeah, I only found out about that show because I was way into AMVs. Oh, that's the other thing. I moved my AMVs all to a single folder, and now I need to. That's what I wanted to do. Go to my dashboard, make it a folder that only my user can see, because none of my kids need to see this cringe.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these AMVs are very cringe. They're so bad. It's just anime over Evanescence or anime over Linkin Park. That's 90% of AMVs. Anime music videos.
Can I just want to interject here? Just
go ahead.
Because I clicked on the Mother's Basement, so you guys heard the audio for a second. Podcast.
No, we don't. It doesn't come through us.
No, I know. I'm talking to the podcast listeners. I heard it for a second because it's doing
I'm sorry, chickens.
Exactly. So I just wanted to look at his thing because I think does he have a list? Okay, so he did a video about this like a couple weeks ago, and I think I didn't talk about it, but basically there's a lot of anime that since Crunchyroll bought Funimation's and just defuncted that service, there's a lot of anime that you can't really find anymore. So one of the ones that they mention is the original
Full Metal
Alchemist, which people are always like gets worse than the one, which I mean is correct, but also it's not correct because it's different in a good, fun way as well. So anyway, the other one that he mentioned is Silver Spoon, which I've seen all of and absolutely love. That one you can't even watch. He mentioned that the Full Metal Alchemist is available on Hulu, but here's the thing I didn't know. Hulu isn't available in Canada. And he's Canadian, so he's like, I can't watch this because Hulu doesn't exist in Canada.
Oh, jeez.
So another thing that's really funny is, have you guys had any problems with YouTube recently?
Just that my premium subscription ran out and it's completely unusable with ads.
Okay. You TJ?
I mean, it's been weird, but not completely unusable.
Yeah,
what's going on?
It's been very weird, like the last couple days for me. And it's very difficult to understand because the internet's a hellscape now, so I can't like look to see if other people are having the issue, because if you like Google is YouTube down, you'll just get a million SEO articles from like a year ago that just pop up at the top of Google instead of like anything. Or if you go on Twitter, I went on X and searched YouTube, and it was 8 billion people promoting their YouTube channel and no one talking about this. So I have speedtest.net app on my phone, and they have Down Detector connected to it, and so you can look at sites that are having issues, and YouTube is reporting issues. I contacted customer service because I was having problems as well, and they said there is a known issue and their engineers are working on it, but it's been happening since about yesterday afternoon. But my videos just don't play, and they'll just all of a sudden the video will stop but the audio will continue, or it'll buffer all the way down to like 360p and then play and then still sometimes freeze. So I basically can't watch YouTube on my TV through the Google TV YouTube app, nor can I use the Roku Google app either. On my computer, 720p is what's defaulting to now, and it's running okay. On my tablet, it's running okay at 720p, but it's fucking weird. There's something wrong with their service right now that they are having issues getting it out. And I don't know how widespread it is because it's impossible to know. Also, it's really hard to find YouTube's customer support.
Yeah, they pretty much don't have it.
Oh, they do. You just have to find it. So I had to Google, because I'm a YouTube Premium customer, so there has to be customer support. I'm paying them for a service right now. So like there has to be a customer support. And there is. You just have to find it. Because I'm sure they get 1 million people complaining because it's like the most used service in the entire world. So anyway, it's just weird. It's like just weirdly broken, and I see no one else talking about it. But when I like look on the Down Detector thing, it's like listed as people reporting slow freezing. So there's something going on. It sucks. Because I want to watch YouTube video. And it's breaking in a way that is so frustrating that it's impossible to watch. Because, like, literally, I would be fine if it just stuck at 360p or 480p and was stable. But no, it'll just all of a sudden the image will freeze, but the audio will continue. So it'll be like looking away, and you'll be watching something that has like a fucking slide deck or something that you're watching, and you'll be like, is it frozen or not? I can't tell because the audio doesn't slow down or stop or anything. And so, yeah, it's really weird. It's something with the buffering, because like if you just tap back 10 seconds and forward 10 seconds, it'll resume playing again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not buffering. And I check my internet. I have a gig down. Like there's not a problem with my internet. So yeah, I have no clue what's going on. It's just really frustrating. I just wanted to complain.
Yeah, it's fucky. It's just really fucky.
Yeah, YouTube sucks. But also it's all we have. And also I do not know how anyone survives without paying for YouTube Premium.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's horrible. It's so fucking
They're-
hilarious that so many people I see bitching online about like how their ad blocker and shit doesn't work. And it's like, dude, this is a service you're using. You're either paying for it or not. Like, I'm sorry. At this point, like it's like they're coming up with all these crazy solutions to get around ad blocking. Dude, I have a fucking person who's like, I used a VPN to create an Argentinian account, and the currency it's $3 a month for YouTube Premium there with the currency conversion. It's like, are you fucking doing international money laundering to get fucking $6 off a month on your YouTube Premium? Like, I don't know, man. I use YouTube so much that I just am like, I have to pay for premium. It's so awful without it.
It is. The baked in mid ad that a lot of my videos have, they'll interrupt that ad with a YouTube ad. Like, it's so fucking bad.
It's so bad. And then the worst part too is that you'll have like channels that specifically like, I know the Jimquisition does this, but like other channels will be like, we don't put ads up. You know, all of our videos are set to not be monetized. But if someone makes a copyright claim against your video, erroneous or not, it becomes a monetized video, and the money goes to that claimant. And so it's like, yeah, sorry, we're not supposed to be showing ads, but if you see one, it's kind of out of our hands because somebody wants to fucking stick their grubby paws in and get the money out of this. So, or you just pay monthly fee and you don't have to worry about it.
I've noticed that like my recommendations will change if my premium subscription runs out. Like it, instead of directing me to the videos that I actually want to watch, it's directing me to worse videos that I'm assuming are more monetizable.
I wonder.
Yeah. There's weird shit going on there.
Yeah, YouTube's kind of sucks, but it's like kind of all there is. So, also, Matt, if you want like a Plex server, you can let me know. I've got. I have mine set up with what do you call it? Streaming out. I have my port set up now, so
I'm looking at how to configure that, so you could join into mine too.
Yeah,
cool. I'll set you up a user account because it will.
I think you're gonna have trouble, TJ, unless you have good internet.
It's 10 up.
10 up.
Yeah,
you're
100
gonna have
down,
trouble.
10 up.
You're gonna have trouble because I'm pretty sure a video stream of like 1080p is gonna be at least.
Oh, I don't have a
4 or
lot of
5.
1080p stuff.
I see.
I'm mostly 720 intentionally.
Yeah. I just one quick Buick thing. It's gonna be very short. So I'm looking at wanting to set up a NAS, so I can have a network attached storage to put all my stuff in.
Yes,
instead of just using.
We've been talking about this a couple
instead
times.
Instead of just using that, and like I'm looking at all the options, and like there's just so many things I can do, and I still haven't decided. Do I want to buy a Synology NAS or just build my own computer that is a NAS? And one thing that bothers me, Synology NAS, they all have only 1 gigabit Ethernet ports in them. Like, come on. My fucking 3-year-old desktop PC has a 2.5 gigabit connection in it. Like, why are we still putting shit out? Like, oh, you can buy a PCI expansion card to put into it that gives you 10 gig out. And it's like, come on. And then now I have to look to see if my router that I get from AT&T can do 10 gig or not, or more than 1, because 1's pretty standard. And I don't really know how to look that up. So yeah, it's real annoying. Like getting shit set up. Are you guys frozen?
I'm not. No.
Okay, you're both just looking away, so I can't
Yeah,
tell
I'm
if you're
sorry.
frozen or not.
Matt
Matt
looks, like
looks
he's
very
frozen.
frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's definitely frozen because his
Yep.
background isn't moving. Okay. I was
100%.
like, I was really freaked out because you were not talking looking away, and Matt has been looking in the lower right corner of his
Yep, there he
screen, and
goes.
now he's disappeared for a very long time. And I was like, is he fucking frozen or not? So anyway, that's the fun of like looking at setting up a NAS, because I'm like, there's just so many options. The other thing you can do, honestly, is I think you can set up the Synology disk bay thing and then use a different computer to run the server off of. Honestly, gig up and down, plenty for streaming.
Yeah.
But like, why am I handicapping myself? Like, I can do 2.5. Anyway, that's 2.5 times faster. Like, just for file transfer alone. Anyway. Hi, Matt. You died for a second.
Yeah, I knocked my power cord out with my foot.
Nice.
So that's user error.
Anyway, so I was just talking about NAS, but I'm going to be done.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do. I might just build my own. That seems like more of a fun project. I was looking on YouTube videos, which I was having a hard time watching, of just setting up a NAS on your computer, like and building. You can apparently buy like IT used server racks on like eBay and just get like a rack server.
Probably reasonably priced too.
They are. The only
Yeah.
problem is one, they're old, so they have like old Intel stuff in them that's, very old. And two, they're loud as shit. And fucking three, they use massive amounts of power because they're way more than what you need for a home networking solution. But also, like, do I want my own server rack? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know where
Yeah.
I put it in my house. And then it's like,
you're-
do I go through my house and start wiring up Ethernet ports? In the walls? Get Cat 6 running through the fucking walls?
Yeah, I'll help you with that.
I know.
Sounds
No,
fun.
I don't know how to do that. How do I run a cable through the wall?
You run a cable through the wall. You might have to
Yeah.
put some holes through some of the studs, but yeah. That's how
Get a
you do
big
it.
old roll of fish tape.
But like, how do I know? How do you cut through a stud while the drywall is intact?
We gotta bust the drywall.
No, that's so much work.
You just cut a square out, and then you put it back when
Yeah.
you're done.
You just
Anyway,
Plaster
because
back
it
in.
would be really nice to have an Ethernet jack in the office, and then out in the living room where the TV is, so I can have my
and
shit
you put the
wired
server
up
rack
out
down to
there.
your music room.
Exactly, and then have
Yeah.
it in the fucking basement, and and then I have, or I could put the server rack in with my ants, and that's free heating. As long as they don't get out into the server rack, I'm all good.
Then you'd have a problem with bugs in your
Yep.
server.
I can debug that.
Where are your ants now?
Where are my ants?
Still in this room? Yeah.
In the closet over there.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
You can kind of see them. There's one of the. One of my ant queens died this week.
Oh.
It was very sad.
And those workers will just pass right away, or
No,
will
no.
find
They
a new
just
queen?
continue to autonomously work until they just
Okay.
all die off of old age. So they get probably a year left. There's
Okay.
like 40 or 50 of them in there. My other colony still got I don't even want to try and count the number. Over 1,000. 10,000? Maybe, but probably not. Between 1,000 and 10,000. It is genuinely terrifying looking into that bin every once in a while, because I will put down a mealworm and it will be just a writhing mass of ants, and it's just okay. I need to expand their network. So rather than getting a replacement ant colony, I may just expand their space to be bigger, because they're just so fucking prolific. And I don't know if I want to continue keeping ants as a hobby, because the problem with keeping this same thing with reptiles and shit, is that if you want to keep reptiles or if you want to keep ants, that means you also are going to be keeping the bugs that they eat.
Yeah.
So I have to keep mealworms. Or I could just go to the store all the time, and that's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks.
You're keeping
Or you
two
keep
ecosystems,
crickets.
not just one.
Or you keep roaches. You know, like, I don't want to keep them. I don't want to keep other bugs. I also don't like killing bugs to feed my ants. I feel bad every time I do it.
Can't you get like, will ants not eat freeze-dried bugs?
Not
Or, like,
really.
pre-deaded?
They're real picky. They like, I mean, not the pavement ants I have. They're fucking garbage disposal. They eat anything, literally anything. But like, you know, carpenter ants, which are also known as sugar ants, really want honey and sugar, and they usually live off of aphids and milking aphids because they would keep aphids as like livestock basically. So I need to have like, that's a little better because you can buy pre-made like ant nectar and put it in things, which they like to eat, which is good. But here's the problem. What happens to sugar water?
Oh.
If you keep it, turns into alcohol, and that kills your ants. So you have to like make a batch of honey water every week basically, and keep it in the fridge, and then throw it out every week. And it's just a lot of work keeping it. It's so much more than like a lot of other pets, you know. So I'm happy. I would say if you're interested in getting into ants, don't, because it's a difficult hobby. But if you do, the Tetramorium immigrans, the pavement ants, are fucking unkillable. So even if you suck at keeping ants, like me, who's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colonies die over the past 4 years. 4 years that I've been keeping ants. You know, I have one that's alive, you know, like that's lived that long. You know, but one of them just impossible to kill, and they're terrifying. So I don't know. The Ephinogastrodus, which are the funnel ants that I had, they're kind of medium difficult to keep because they don't have social stomachs, so they only eat protein. So I can't get away with.
What is a social stomach?
This is what ants have. It's a social. So what they do is it would be like Matt if I ate a cheeseburger and went over to your house and was like, "Are you hungry?" and then spit the cheeseburger up into your mouth.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, they share stomachs basically. So what that means is you have the workers that go out and get the food, and then they just come in and feed everybody in the colony, so they can stay doing colony jobs. Whereas funnel ants, they have to carry the prey into they're really fun to watch to keep because, like I said, you drop a thing in there and they'll all like grab it and haul it into the nest, and then like a day later you'll have like the little pieces that are left over dumped in a little trash pile around their nest.
I'm imagining you dump like a mouse in there and it's just a skeleton within minutes.
No, but you could. My Tetramorium probably would annihilate that thing. They're terrifying, and they sting. And I got stung by one for the first time after keeping them for, I think, 3 years. I think I got them in 2021. That hurt. I mean, they are millimeter. They are so small. You've seen these. These are the ants that are, you know, the crack in the pavement with like the little dust around it. They're little tiny guys. That's what these are. I was moving them around, and I must have gotten one on my arm, and I pinched it in my elbow, and it stung me, and that fucker hurt. It's like, I would say, it's not like, so it's like, I would say like a bee sting, but like 10%. So it like went away pretty quick, but I was like, damn, that's spicy for a little guy.
Yeah.
Like, and so they're really can be nasty. The other ant I would suggest keeping as a first time ant keeper would be to just go online and purchase harvester ants. They're the only species that's allowed to be sold nationwide without a permit, because they have gotten special permission. It's because they cannot survive in locations in which they're not native, because they cannot live through cold winters, because they're only in the deserts of like Arizona is where they're found, in Texas and stuff. So they can't go below freezing. So basically anywhere that it doesn't freeze, they're native to, and so you can ship it to anywhere where it would freeze because they'll just die. And also they only eat seeds and not other bugs, so they also have to be able to collect the seeds that they eat. So they really can't survive outside of their like native environment. So they're okay to keep. They also sting. even worse. But they also, the other bonus with them is that they absolutely cannot climb for shit. They're complete ground ants only because they only collect seeds from the ground. So you don't really have to worry about them escaping as much because they can't climb up walls. Whereas my fucking Tetramorium will just pile all of their shit in one corner of the out enclosure trying to get up to the lid, and I have to fucking back it down every like week. I'm like, no, stop trying to escape, you assholes. Yeah. And carpenter ants are incredible climbers, so you really have to be careful with them because they're just really good at climbing because they're tree-dwelling ants. Yeah, so I blacklighted yesterday as well, and the day before. It's trying to collect ant queens, so carpenter ants are flying usually late May, early June. Matt caught one for me. That one died a long time ago.
You
sadly.
killed it.
I mean, yeah,
Murder.
probably, because I'm not very good at this. So they fly at night. They fly at like right at sunset. So it's good. The fucking other guy in my ant Discord, which is a thing, was talking. He caught 10 queens that night, and I did not see one. I saw 8 million drones, which are the male ants.
Yeah.
But no ladies. So my entire blacklight setup was a sausage fest, is what I said, because it was just all dude ants.
Yep.
So I was really mad, but I was like, well, at least I knew they were flying. But I was in a location where the queens didn't make it. So you can buy carpenter ant queens are really cheap. Usually people are selling for like $25 online. So they're really common. They're one of the most common species. So, but they do suck to keep.
Yeah.
They're very finicky. They're picky on what they eat, but they're also very cool because they have different sizes. So they have little ants up to big ones. They have big workers. They have giant workers. They're huge, and tiny workers. The other thing that they suck, is they need to be diapause. So they need to go in a fridge for 4 months, and that's difficult to manage with that dedicated space. Even with TJ's dedicated space, it still sucks because it's not a huge fridge. And as the colony gets bigger, you gotta put the whole thing in there. So it's kind of like, it's just not easy. You have to like really plan about it. I think next year, if I ever do get carpenter ant queens again, I'm just going to put them in the garage and let God decide. Because my garage isn't heated.
Nature's freezer.
My garage
true,
isn't
yeah.
heated, but it should be fine. I could put them in a cooler in the garage, probably, with that help. I don't know. I just don't know. I guess I could just put a thermometer out in the garage and keep an eye on it. There's also like a part that's like unheated underneath the stairwell that is an entrance to the garage. I could put them in there too. It's also kind of messy under there because all of our stuff's there. So like I wouldn't be able to store things in there. I don't know. It's a whole hassle. Which is pavement ants don't need to diapause. You read online, everyone's split on whether or not they need to slumber for the winter. So what I would do with them is I just turn the heating cable off. So it's just room temp. It's just like 68 in there instead of the 80 that it is at the heat, or 85 at the heating cable in there. So that's like enough, I think, to slow them down for the winter. So and they've been doing well. I don't know. Maybe I need to diapause the other ants. And that's why that queen died. But I don't know, man. It's a tough hobby. But it's really cool. They're really cool to watch.
My only bug thing today is I had a cicada crawl on my finger.
Oh yeah, the cicadas are. There's no cicadas in Madison, unfortunately.
Oh, they are still singing.
Yeah, we don't get any of them in Madison. There's never been an emergence here.
Yeah.
They're just kind of in pockets around. And just Madison's not one of the pockets.
It's been quite a big emergence this year, though.
Oh, but what I was saying is I blacklighted, blacklighting is as you put like a UV light against like a sheet of white paper or white paper, not white paper, but white. I have a white tablecloth, and that attracts bugs, and including ant queens, especially carpenter ant queens because they fly at night, or like right at sunset. So, I did not get any, but I did take a bunch of really cool pictures. I found a grapevine beetle, which I'd never seen before. They are fucking enormous. They're the size of like $50. And
Jeez.
it was really funny because Lauren was like, we don't have like grapes or anything. And I was like, well, wild grape is a very common, like a creeping vine that is just native to Wisconsin. So there probably are grapes growing somewhere. They just don't look like the kinds that you get to eat. So grapevine beetles are fucking huge, and they're part of the scarab family. So they look like proper scarab beetles. And I was like, whoa. And then there was also, I found a tiger moth, which is the woolly bear caterpillar moth.
Oh.
They're adorable. They're huge as well. I mean, they're like $50 size as well, which isn't, I guess, huge for moth because like Luna moths are even bigger, but like still pretty cool. And they have like bright, like pinkish, reddish, orangish like underwings, so they're really pretty. And that was cool. And so I saw a bunch of cool bugs, just none of the ones I was looking for. And then the other night, it was even worse. It was just all the fucking little yard moths or whatever those things are, little tiny moth things. So, unfortunately, and mosquitoes, because it's fucking mosquito time. Right, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
You get outside, right?
No,
No.
I try not to.
Okay, fair enough. There's bad stuff out
Outside
there.
is where the sun lives, and the sun is trying to murder you with cancer.
So, yeah. Oh, and I bought a bicycle.
Mm.
And now I'm a proper Madisonian. I own a bicycle. Yep. I purchased it from Facebook Marketplace, and it was not a nightmare. I don't know how.
Yeah, how?
I just expected it to be a nightmare, and it wasn't. The nightmare was the fact that I fucking drove over to the house, and it fucking started pouring. And it was like clear out before, so I was like, great, how am I going to test drive this bike? Because it's fucking pouring out. And so what did I do? I just got fucking soaking wet while grabbing it. But so they wanted $90 for this Electra Cruiser 7. It's like a cruiser style bike with the high handlebars, like a 7-speed or something. Anyway, it's an XL frame, which I needed because you know, the lady who sold it to me said her husband was 6'5", and they're selling because they both upgraded their bikes. So like perfect story, single owner, you know, and yeah, $90.
Nice.
And those,
Nice.
I saw so there's a bicycle blue book, like the Kelly blue book, and I looked it up.
Yep.
And they said that bike selling used on the like marketplace or whatever, if selling seller to
market,
seller, it was 120 suggested.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that seems like a good deal, because I want a bike, and I also new bikes are really expensive, like really expensive. And then everyone's like, what you really want to do is get an e-bike, and an e-bike. So I was looking at Aventon, which is an e-bike company, and their e-bikes are like
$1,200.
What?
1,200?
No, more than that. I would say closer to 1,400.
Okay.
For the cheap one, but the one that I would want, the one that fits tall people, is $1,800.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a bicycle. How many Ford 500s is that?
That's 4.5 Ford 500s.
Exactly. Like, it's so much for these bikes, but I mean it makes sense because they're really nice and they work well, and maybe I'll upgrade to that in the future. But I need something to fuck around with first, because I'm raring, because there's going to be a bike trail almost the entire way to the library from my house. So that's like my goal, is to bike to the library. I bought bike chains, but I don't have a helmet because I went and found the helmet that I've carried with me from move to move, and it barely fit my giant head because I think I got it when I was a kid. Because when I looked at I think it was probably a hand-me-down from my dad. It was probably my dad's helmet, I have to imagine, because of the year. I want you to guess what year the helmet was manufactured.
1981.
No, come on.
1985.
You guys are both guessing so ridiculously that you're making the actual date sound wrong.
Well, you made it sound like it was going to be ridiculous.
1994.
1994! That's exactly right. And it was funny, I was talking to someone like, wow, 20 years old. I'm like, nah, that's 30, buddy.
Yep, that's 30.
That's the thing that happens to you. And so I was like, there's no way that my fucking 9-year-old self had this giant helmet. So this must have been like my dad's old helmet that he gave me because he doesn't bike anymore. So, so I need to buy a new helmet. That's the next step. So, and then I'm going to bike around. I'm going to do biking. and get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what happens.
That's how it goes.
No. I'm
But
not going to bike.
You'll get killed while having a sufficient amount of vitamin D.
Exactly. No.
Yeah, you can just take supplements. It's fine.
But it is very dangerous to bike on the streets. And
Yes, it is.
we
Even in Madison.
we know, I have a friend that perished while bicycling.
Mm-hmm.
It's an absolutely terrible location where he died as well. Like, that intersection is a place that I would not bike at because it is way too busy.
Well, and the Dunhams got ran off the road by a car and like got fucked up pretty bad.
Oh,
it, too. So,
yeah.
like, we know multiple people. Yeah.
Yeah. So my plan is, well, the thing is, I live on the Lake Loop bike trail,
Yep.
Which is streets, but it's like not busy. So it's like residential streets and bike trails. So that is my goal, is to do that, and then use that bike trail. And then there's a lot of actual trails near me, and I don't really feel like commuting on a bike, because I also now, as of like 3 years ago, I think I noticed it, but now my work commute drives past a ghost bike as well. So it's like, yeah.
There's a lot of them in Madison.
Yeah, dude, man, like people, like even as good as of a biking city Madison is, I would never, ever bike commute. Because it is just too dangerous. Because like the fucking, like if it's not a street that is well maintained for biking and does not have its own dedicated bike lane, like that's well like marked, it's just too dangerous. People are not paying attention. I mean, I specifically, because we know a friend that died biking, I'm always like fucking like looking for bikes. Like whenever I see like a bike lane area, but it's so easy to just right turn in front of a bike when you're like making a right turn, because you're not thinking about them coming up. You know what I mean? Like it's dangerous.
I did that.
Yeah, it's so easy.
I did that when I lived in Madison.
Yeah.
Specifically coming out of like just that side street coming out of Marshall Hall, getting onto Monroe there.
It's just dangerous.
And I mean, I was slowing down to a stop, so I just, I'm gonna make that right turn, and I go a little bit too far, and
because it's hard to see. I mean, it's just the visibility isn't there. So like you read like
dude guides
online, or like,
I'm glad the dude didn't get seriously hurt, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly. Like most bike vehicle accidents are just going to be like, a little bump, knock over, and that's like, annoying, but like you're not going to die. But man,
I used to work with a guy that he was biking and somebody just opened their car door at the wrong time and he smashed into it.
Yeah,
like so even stuff like that can happen too.
It's not good. So what I'm going to do is, when I was looking for bikes, I went to a place called the Bicycle Recycle. And I was like, hey, I need a bike. I'm tall, I'm big. Like, do you have anything? He was like, I don't know. Like, I get you a tricycle that he had. And I was like, I don't really want to ride a trike because that's lame. And like, even my my fucking high schooler, teenager, like embarrassed self was like, nah, I can't be seen on a bicycle or a tricycle because that's lame. So that's not a real bike.
Structurally sound though.
Exactly. But I'm thinking like, man, I should have gotten that trike, and I could have fucking like made a goddamn Mad Max fucking tricycle out of that shit.
Yeah.
And, like fucking put like spikes all over it and be like, try and fucking open your car door and me, bitch. Anyway, no, I want a bike because there's just something. Like, I don't know, everyone's biked before. We're all people that grew up in America. We've all ridden a bicycle. Like, there's just something about being and balancing on a bike that's just very satisfying.
Yeah.
And like the feeling of gliding is just very fun. So, and a trike just doesn't have that because you're just like sitting in like a vehicle. Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that magic of balance that a bike does.
It's like what I assume flying an airplane is like. It's like you're defying laws of physics and God to stay up.
It doesn't feel like you should be able to do it. How do we balance on a bike, actually? Like, how does that work?
Science doesn't actually know.
Wait, there's the physics is pretty solid on that.
Nope.
Nah.
They don't know how airplanes fly either.
Yeah. Now, if an
The,
airplane was
the Newtonian
on,
folks and the Bernoulli folks don't agree.
so let's say an airplane was on a treadmill, and would it take? Okay, MythBusters proved that, and people still are like
People
no.
still think that airplanes on treadmills can't take off.
Exactly. It's well, like it was MythBusters. It was a scale experiment, and then they did like a Cessna on like a giant tarp or whatever that they did, and they're like, I don't know, it's like things. It's like, dude, even the physics say that it should work. Like
Yeah.
there's no way this doesn't work, other than the fact that it doesn't seem like it should work, because our minds are meant to think that the wheels on a thing are what propels them, but on a plane, the wheels are there to stop it from hitting the ground and to apply brakes. So if they are not working, the plane will still go forward because its propulsion is its either jet or its propellers. Like it's like put like, does a fan boat work on water? Yes, because the fan is pushing it. There's not like a motor it doesn't have to be in the water for it to push something on the water. It can push the air, which is what the propeller is doing. Anyway, let's not worry about it.
I should get a hovercraft.
Have you guys seen the shirt I got for my birthday? What I'm
Yeah, it
wearing
says
right
you
now?
matter.
It says you matter. Hang on, it's not done.
Uh-oh. Until you multiply yourself times the speed of light squared, then you energy. Oh, that's good. You know what's a really cool pedantic thing that I almost did because I was a pedant and like a nerd in high school?
Hang on. You mean just now?
What?
Or you just in high school?
No, in high school.
Okay.
You can do your thing just now, but no, in high school is technically when you do those like calculations to do like force and like calculate the amount of force, is technically you should be using the speed of light constant in those calculations as well, but they aren't done because it does not change the numbers in decimal places that matter.
No, it doesn't.
But it technically would be correct to do that because that is actually how you calculate velocity and things, is you do not use the shortcut math.
There's relativistic things you have to worry about.
Exactly, because we are in the world of relativity that exists.
Even E equals MC squared is a reduction of the actual formula.
Correct. So I was like in high school, I was like, oh man, like I should just do that. And I was like, you know what? I'm already insufferable enough to the teachers.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to do this. So I didn't, but like I thought about it because I was like, oh, technically it would be more correct to do this.
We don't need to think like a physicist, just like an engineer.
Exactly. Well, because you don't need it. Because those relativistic calculations do not matter until you get close to the speed of light. Yeah, and then it actually matters.
You need to be something like 80% of the speed of light before it really matters.
Which is what I think is so funny, that we like that we just figure out these like things with physics and they're very accurate, but technically we're not doing the full calculation.
Well, even like mathematics, finding out the true value of pi. In terms of anything that has to do in the universe, like the scale of the universe, we only need pi to like 14 digits. Yeah. And that's it. That's all we need.
You'll never need more than that.
That covers like the orbit of Earth to a like size of a grain of rice. Is all you need.
I like the other fun math problem joke is that which is more value, $1 million $1 bills or $1 million $20 bills? Or sorry, not
infinite.
$1 million. Sorry, infinite. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Infinite $1 bill and infinite $20 bill. And the answer is they both are the same, but the $20 bill is 20 times more.
Yeah.
Because technically it's 20 times infinity, which is 20 times more than 1 times infinity, but they're both still infinite.
Yeah. 20 times
because
infinite
is a really weird mathematical expression that doesn't really work.
Infinity as a concept even has different values of infinity.
Yeah, exactly. I just love that it's like they're both infinite, but one's 20 times more infinite. But they're both infinite.
Yeah. We're on the verge of a Veritasium video right
now.
They are both the equal cardinality of infinity.
Yes.
In terms of number of dollars.
Yes. But if you're talking mathematically, one is 20 times more than the other.
No, even mathematically, they're both Aleph naught.
Yeah.
They're both Aleph naught and nowhere near the continuum infinity.
Yeah. I just love that.
What is that word you're saying?
Aleph
nuts?
Elf nuts.
Good old elf nuts. My favorite mathematical expression.
You've heard of elf nuts on the shelf nuts.
Is that the podcast title?
I hope not.
Elf Nuts?
It probably is. Elf nuts.
I don't know.
glad
I
I
already
could
have one written
contribute.
down called The Swedish Child.
The Swedish Child. Yeah.
I don't
Sounds
know.
like a really melancholic art film.
My Swedish child in college was named Kazaa.
All right,
Now, if a
TJ.
Swedish child wanted to download software, is that a thing that's even worth the risk anymore?
Oh, just do it. It's fine. I'm sure the cracks are still out there.
My I didn't even have to use a Swedish Child to download The Sims 1, which my wife wanted me to install on her computer.
I downloaded that like a while
Your
ago.
wife,
It's
was it
basically
like on
abandonware.
archive?
It is 100% abandonware. It's not
You
abandonware,
can't get
but
it.
you can get it on abandonware sites, and EA
Yeah.
hasn't done anything to stop them because they don't sell it.
Sims
don't-
2,
I
they
think
kind of push back on a little bit.
Yes, because you can't. I think you can buy Sims 2.
Maybe on the EA,
I think
Store,
you
but-
can.
but Sims 3
But
for
Sims-
sure. They still,
Sims
yeah.
1 you cannot buy.
yeah.
Um,
I love Sims 1 so
and
much.
it's so good. And so
So
you can-
I watched her play it a little bit on Discord, and just the interface was an instant time travel back to like that
Mhm.
era
Yes.
of
For
bulgy,
me, it's the music.
skeuomorphic stuff.
It's the music. Yes, 100%.
that intro theme I'm thinking of like right now, and just The Sims.
Mhm.
Like just takes me right back to like being on my fucking parents' computer. I love LGR, which is the YouTube channel called Legit. I think it's Legit Game Reviews. Anyway, he does a lot of like old tech and like stuff, and his like thing is like making the computer to play the game. So like getting a 1998 computer set up and playing it on that with the
Yeah.
CRT. And that is fucking cool. Like if I had infinite space, I definitely would have like a Windows 95 computer set up somewhere and playing shit on that. Like fuck yeah.
I would want a 3.1 and a 98 separate.
I watched another YouTube video just to talk about YouTube videos I watched, but it was a recommendation to me, and YouTube was spot on with this recommendation, but it was guy set up a virtual machine with Windows XP without service packs on it, and opened it to the internet to see how quickly it would get a virus. And it was within 20 minutes. It was broken. Because Windows XP no longer gets service pack updates, and if you do not put the service pack, and then he also disabled all the firewall stuff
Yeah.
that comes in basic. But like, it was just instantly you just saw, and it's crazy how viruses like are still around on the internet. It's literally if you open your computer to the internet back in the day and didn't have Windows Firewall, which was a standard thing, you had to turn it off. Is that just like programs started installing themselves on his computer?
Yeah.
Because like the just Windows XP is solved. Like you can break it, So I just thought it was hilarious, just setting up these VMs. Yeah, he did like 98, and that was like too old, I think, for like anything to still be running on it. Because like XP, people still have XP computers
Yeah.
connected to the internet. Like think about the entire world that exists.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
my
sure
old
a not insignificant part of our government runs
Yeah.
on Windows XP still.
my old place of business, multiple computers still running Windows XP because the weird like lab instrument software that connects to it only works on XP, and we're not going to replace our fucking laser diffractometer that costs like $20,000 because we need to keep a Windows XP machine running, And those were funny because they're completely like air gapped basically. So, because they're too much of a risk, So it's like they did connect to the network, but you could only like send files through like the portal or whatever off of them. So it was like a printer basically. You just like send the image data off and then it would show up in the like actual safe network. It was like the only way that it's fucking weird, man. Like it's just so funny. Like that's just how it is. Or when some of those old machines you would print out the image of like the spray pattern deposition and then tape that right into the lab notebook. Fucking physical printout only because we can't connect it to the network because it's Windows XP. That's fucking crazy. Windows 7 I think is losing support soon.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, that was the Windows that I remember using when I was in IT. Because I remember at Edgewood was when I started was right when everything was switching from XP to 7. Because when was 7? Was that 2007?
It was just after I left college.
Yeah, so it was like my last like year of working IT was like changing all of the lab computers to being Windows 7 and doing Norton Ghost imaging.
8 was like made for the service, so I just used 7 for like forever.
Yeah, everybody skipped to 8. I didn't because I got a free copy when I bought a new computer, but
I think I used 7 until I switched to Windows 10.
yeah. I don't think there was a 9. It just
No.
went because Mac OS X existed and they were like, we can't be 9 and they be 10. So we have to make our next one 10.
So stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, iPhone did the same bullshit.
I was about to say,
went from
Mac also jumped to X.
Yeah. iPhone went iPhone 8 and iPhone 10 same year. 10 was like the deluxe model. 8 was like the basic model. And then like Samsung Galaxy like skipped from 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
I miss when Macs were all named after cats.
Yeah, Snow Leopard,
Like
Jaguar.
I miss the Androids.
Jaguar.
I miss when Androids were all named after candies and desserts.
Kit Kat.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Marshmallow, because they did
Because
the
then
alphabet.
people would be guessing like, what's the next one gonna be?
Ooh, it's licorice. I think they're well past doing that now because they've gotten through 26 alphabets.
Yeah, it's just OS X and just whatever.
Yeah. OS number.
Now.
The fun of that is gone. Yeah, fucking. What was it? Oh well, never mind. I don't want to get into super techie shit.
Do we want to talk a little bit about our book club?
We gotta talk about the ARM laptops, the Windows ARM laptops that they announced. That's really cool. No,
Windows ARM laptops.
We can talk about iOS putting AI into everything.
Everything's putting in everything. Fuck.
You know what? Just to talk about because the fucking video game shit happened too. Let's not worry about it. So I watched the Apple event or whatever, or at least the cut down version because it was 2 fucking hours. I watched the Verge's like 18-minute version. But the fucking insanity. Are either of you iOS users for phones?
Oh,
yeah.
Just phone. Yeah.
Okay. I still have Android. But like when they announce shit for that, and it's like, now you can move buttons on your home screen. I'm like, you couldn't do that before? Like, what? That's like the number one thing that I love about Android is having my home screen with like the buttons moved so I can see the background and having like my widgets in certain spots. So I got
we can move it around.
Yeah.
But so let's talk about it in Windows perspective.
Uh-huh.
So you've got your icons on your desktop in tiles, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now imagine that tiles had to be top left to top right, then next row and next row, and that's it.
Yes.
You cannot put something here unless you have 19 things before it.
Yeah, correct.
It's Windows with auto arrange icons.
It's just insane that they're like, now we have this feature that's like Android has had since Android existed.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy, some of this. Or like customizable lock screen like button options and like all these things are just like, but now they're pretty on par. Like, I honestly, like, to me, like looking at what my next phone is going to be, am I going to pick an iPhone? Now it's possible. One, I can use USB-C, which I have a fucking load million chargers of now. I don't need to buy a specialty charger. 2, you can now install fucking emulators on devices. 3, what was the other thing they announced? Just like the ability to like move icons and like change. The other thing actually was really cool was like the settings thing that they announced where you can like choose what shows up on your settings screen, which you can't do with Android. So like
that sounds interesting.
So if you have like settings options you pick all the time, like Wi-Fi or something, you can move where they are so they're like right at the top.
I have a feeling my phone is going to be too old for once they get that update out, and I'm going to have to move up another 3 years at that point.
Yeah, but like you can get like that's a nice thing too about like Apple is that like the like cheap phone still pretty much does everything you need.
I don't do the cheap phone. I do the 4-year-old phone. Try
Yeah.
to make it last. As
But
long as I
they
can.
still work. Like, they're just really great hardware. Like, that's the thing, is that, like, you just, like, people are still rocking, like, iPhone 4s, like, 3 years ago, because they still work. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing is you couldn't get the newest update.
Yeah.
They do phase out what updates
Yeah.
each phone can do.
So I'm less. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. But the thing also now stopping you from switching is that now iPhones can do RCS messaging with Android, which is like RCS, correct? Rich something service.
Okay.
So it's text
Gotcha.
messaging.
Character?
So yes, something like that anyway. But it's so right now Android's the text message, iPhones if you're using iMessage, which you have to, which is so funny that, like, again, like, I don't know how Apple gets away with this, but they do. It's fucking incredible that Apple hasn't been sued for antitrust, but whatever. Because like Windows got sued because they included Word with Windows, but
Internet Explorer was
Internet Explorer, correct?
first,
Internet
yeah.
Explorer. Whereas like on Apple, you have only one messaging app for your text messaging, and that's iMessage.
I didn't know Android phones had multiple.
Yeah, I could use Samsung's Messenger. I could use Google's Messenger for my phone, like for doing text messages.
Is
I could.
there a reason to?
No, I use the Google one because it's the best built one. But like, I have the choice. But you don't on it. But it's just weird. They just somehow didn't get antitrusted for doing exactly what Windows, which Windows should not have gotten an antitrust lawsuit for. But it was so early on in like computing that people didn't really understand that. It was just weird because like
how's Netscape Navigator going to flourish if Internet Explorer is the only option?
exactly, it's so dumb because like definitely people use Edge, right, and don't just use Edge to download Chrome, which is the one thing that you have Edge installed for. Like it's just, I don't know, whatever. Like it's just such a weird time because like that was so infant and now it's like yeah, so I mean Apple's gonna shove AI into everything. They seem to be doing it in a smart way, in the fact that they're like, this will come out when it's ready. We just want to, we're not just rolling out fucking AI everything like Google's doing without like having it like work first.
Fucking Gemini just getting in my way
I know.
on my phone.
I fucking hate it. I absolutely fucking hate Google right now, and
AI Gemini.
they're in trouble. Anyway, that's my thought. I think Google's AI.
As long as I
Gemini
can
AI.
turn all of the Apple AI stuff off, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
If I can't turn it off, I'll be pissed off.
Well, so it seems like the Apple AI shit is literally just going to make Siri better. It's not like, so if you don't use Siri, I don't think you'll notice. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, anyway, it's just stupid. And I don't know. I think Apple's probably doing it the best of all the companies, but because like Samsung's doing all this dumbass shit too.
It seems like OpenAI just kind of gave Apple a copy of the model for them to run on their own servers.
Which I think is really funny because it's
understanding
weird because to use ChatGPT you have to pay, but Apple users aren't going to have to pay. So who's paying who? How does this work? Are they just getting to use it for free? Like, it's just so weird. Like I don't really understand.
Yeah.
You're going to get AI responses that are ads.
Yeah, I don't really know.
We-
But like
we're-
Apple's generally really good to their customers, so I don't really know how they screw over their customers because they just don't do that. Because the one thing Apple does is they don't screw over their customers when they own a device. They screw over customers at the time of the device is purchased. Because you're purchasing a device that is way too expensive for what it does.
Or purchasing any kind of accessory for sex
Exactly. They don't screw you in the environment. The environment itself is good. And they give you all sorts of great free apps, to use that are like the Apple apps. But the buying dongles and things are like, man, they announced the new MacBooks and I was like, somebody was like pricing. It's just like, you just look at the MacBook website and you're like, I want a 2 terabyte hard drive on my MacBook. That's $500 more than the 512 that it comes with. And you're like, a fucking M.2 drive. I have a 2 terabyte drive that cost me $120. How is this $500 fucking dollars, Apple? It's because they just can gouge. Because people will buy their products even if they're overpriced. And that just pisses me off to no fucking end. Phones, every phone costs the same. They can't really. There's no competition there. So the best Samsung phone costs the same as the best iPhone. Like there's no, and they all suck in the same way. But I fucking A, man. I almost bought an iPad too because my iPad's getting old. But I was just like, I don't know, fuck, man. Like 64 gigs is the base still. Fuck off. Why? At least my fucking Samsung tablet I can put an SD card in. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do that with my phone anymore. I used to be able to put an SD card in, but Samsung stopped that too because Apple stopped it, or Apple never allowed it. Anyway, old man rant over. Price gouging on dumb shit like storage is fucking infuriating. And the fact that never mind. The fact that the MacBook comes with only 8 gigs of RAM standard is fucking nightmare. Like, come on, 16 gigs for fuck's sake. And you have to pay an extra $200 for that. And RAM is dirt cheap.
Yep.
My 32 gig kit costs $100. Anyway, let's not get into this too much. It's just Apple. I fixed my computer. Did I talk about that?
No.
This is a Buick story again.
Yeah.
I'm done with Buick stories.
Do we want to talk about book club? Do you want to get into koozie? What we want?
We'll do both. I'm just gonna short this book club or this this Buick story. One, my gaming PC, I bought it, and fucking CyberPower PC had XMP, which is extreme memory profile, which is what your RAM does to run faster than the rated clock speed of 2133 megahertz, to the clock speed of the RAM, which DDR4, which is what I have, can go up to like 3600. I got 3200 megahertz kit, but I was not running at that because this is how PC gaming works, is that whatever RAM kit that I had did not like my motherboard. And so if I ran XMP, my computer would crash all the time for no reason. And I knew that I could fix this by just because CyberPower PC decided when they sold me it, we're not gonna flash the BIOS of your motherboard. We're gonna give you like a year and a half old BIOS on your motherboard instead of the new one when you bought it, because why go through the trouble of that? Make the user do the work. But I was fucking so scared to flash BIOS because I have fucking nightmare memories of doing this back like 10 years ago or 15 years ago when I worked in IT, because if you fuck up flashing your motherboard, your computer is dead. It is bricked. And I did not realize that now with modern motherboards, like my Asus motherboard that I have, you just plug in a USB stick that has the BIOS on it into the slot that is the BIOS flash designated slot, and I logged in and hit a button in the BIOS, and it updated and restarted my computer, and now XMP works and my RAM works at the correct speed.
Awesome.
And I waited 2 years to do that because I'm a fucking coward. It took no time to fix. And now my games run maybe 2 or 3 frames per second faster because I now have RAM that is 30% faster than it was. It's stupid. It's just fucking A, man. That's one thing that's great about Apple. Like, those computers just work. But they cost so fucking much. Yeah, anyway. That's why I was saying, because Windows, the ARM computers are going to compete with MacBooks now. Because they built their own chip that is like the Mac M1 chips. So, very exciting. There'll be more competition for MacBooks now. Let's talk about the thing, and then let's talk about Koozie. Let's talk about your
right.
archipelago.
Yes, so Byte Book Club.
We'll be ready, because Byte 308 is releasing tomorrow, or 508.
Perfect.
And then 509 will be the week after, or at the very worst, I slack off and it's 2 weeks. It'll still be before July.
It'll still be before July. So this will be, people will be getting this episode in July, but we're going to go ahead and mention that between episode 509 and this episode, we went ahead and tested the Bike Book Club that we announced during our last episode.
Archipelago.
So we wanted to test an Archipelago multi-world game.
Multi-world randomizer, by the way.
Multi-world randomizer. So the way that works is, well, in our little test game, Matt is playing a game of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. John is playing both Minecraft and Pokemon Blue. We tried doing Red, but we realized where we screwed up there.
Yep.
I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and this Minesweeper clone. And the way it works is anything that is an item in one of our games can be in anybody's game.
Yeah.
So an item I pick up in Kingdom Hearts, chest I open up, could be an item in Kingdom Hearts, could be an expansion to my Minesweeper clone, could be a function or tool that's been turned off in Matt's Yoshi's Island, could be an item or well, I guess not a badge the way we set it up, but could be an item or a key item in John's Pokemon, or could be a recipe pack in John's Minecraft, because he does not get all the recipes to start. And I thought it was a blast.
I had a great time.
It was frustrating at times,
yes,
because we couldn't progress doing this.
Minecraft is too frustrating. I don't.
Yeah,
I will have to figure out how to do that, because having recipes locked is okay, but they're locked too much.
Yeah,
like,
and I think there are adjustments we can make to make that not as
like
bad.
Not being able to make a diamond pick for over a week now is like so much progression is locked behind being able to get obsidian to make an enchanter, to make the ender or the nether portal. I turned on I opted myself in my game and broke it so I could fucking make my fucking nether portal, because I was like, this is such a fucking hassle. And technically I could make it with the options I have by doing annoying and super time consuming cheesing stuff. So do you know how to make an obsidian portal without the ability to mine obsidian? Or,
no.
You can only do it in the overworld, because you can't do it in there. But what you have to do is you have water and you pour lava into it, and what you do is you make the portal in rock, depositing it, and then you carve out all the rock around it, basically. It's super time consuming. And so I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to fucking make a diamond pick. I'm going to mine the 8 obsidian I need, and then throw the pick away so I can just fucking at least break a couple more of these checks. Because Minecraft defaults, and this is the thing that you don't think about with Archipelago, and it's something that I think the speedrunning community knows very well, and the randomizer community knows really well, but like people coming in outside of it, is that your game is randomized. And for one of the randomizations that's on by default Minecraft is that structures are randomized between dimensions. The thing does not say that. It says structures are randomized, which didn't mean anything to me. But talking to people on the Discord, which I joined, I gave the suggestion, and the tooltip just change it to say between dimensions, because then it's much more clear whether or not you want that on. Because my thought was, all of the items are randomized, but I'm still going to be able to find a village in the overworld. I'm still going to be this. And then I'd much rather play that way than having fucking End City showed up in the normal world. And like, because there's just so many villager-related achievements.
The outpost, the village, the fortress can be in any of the 2 main dimensions.
3. My villagers are in the end.
Your villagers are in the end.
Yes, which is a possibility. The worst possibility you could get.
So you have like 4 things you can't even touch until it gets to the end.
Correct.
God damn it, that sucks.
Yes, especially because villagers are incredibly useful, because they have all sorts of items that are difficult to get that you can purchase with emeralds, which I got a load of from you guys. Thank you. But I can't spend them. So when we do this again, I'm going to switch that to not have that turned on, because I would much rather know where things are supposed to be and just not be able to get to that dimension because I don't have the recipe, rather than have the overworld just have a bunch of shit in it I can't interact with right now.
And the other part is there is that slider at the beginning when you set up your settings that goes from, I think, 0 to 99, and the higher the number is, the earlier your important unlocks are.
Oh.
So that is a thing where when we do this again, especially if we get listeners to join in with this,
we won't, unless your kids want to play.
Yeah, I know. One of them might.
Okay.
But I will go. I want to be on a call with each person as we set up your YAML, so we can make sure that we go through all the settings.
What's a YAML? I love saying that word.
I love saying YAML. So YAML is just your
settings file extension.
File.
.yaml.
.yaml.
Something markup language, I assume.
Yep, probably. Yeah. But no, just on the in the Archipelago website, archipelago.gg. If you go into your supported games, you can go to your game that you want to do. Like, let's say if I wanted to do the Archipelago for Donkey Kong Country 3, I could go to the game page, which will tell me what things get randomized in the game and what counts as a check for unlocks for other games. So bonus coins, DK coins, banana birds, all are randomized, and level clears give a location check. And then I think upgrades for the boat too. Now I go to the setups guide, tells me how to set up the game, and then the last thing I need to do is I need to go to the options page, and the options page gives me a bunch of things. Accessibility, what things can be moved around, items, just locations, minimal, what counts as completing the game. Do I have to beat the Nautilus, or there's something called Banana Bird Hunt, which means there's a new item they add to the game. Banana birds did exist in the game, but you have to get X number of them, and once you get X number, that counts as a completion. I know Kingdom Hearts has that. They call them lucky emblems, named after the things you have to take pictures of in Kingdom Hearts 3. But in Kingdom Hearts 2, they add this new item that you could just say, if I collect 25 of these, that counts as completion, or that counts as unlocking the final boss. So every game has a different goal, that if you complete your goal, all of your items get released to everyone else. And a bunch of other things as well. But it's been really fun, me like helping out the guys because Archipelago has their own trackers. They're not good, but I have like all 5 of them open all at once. I beat my Kingdom Hearts 2, which gave a bunch of items to everybody. A bunch of unlocks for Matt, bunch of unlocks for both of John's games. It was getting ridiculous trying to find the last 6 of my unlocks for my Minesweeper that I needed in order to give people items. Because where Kingdom Hearts has 400-something items that I can give to other people. And I think Pokemon has like 200-something. No, Pokemon, the way we have it set up, has 161. Yoshi's Island has 191. Minecraft is 114. Kingdom Hearts had 643 the way I had my settings. And it still didn't give me enough items in my I need 25 upgrades in my Minesweeper in order to give Matt something he needed just to progress, because he was very locked with what he could do.
Yeah, Matt got really
balls.
Locked.
Yeah.
I still am, John.
Like, for instance, one of Matt's items that he needs to progress is at the very end of my game.
Yeah, so
I have to complete it.
I think Yoshi's Island has a much more limited amount of mechanics. So it's like stuff that gets reused over and over and over again. So if like something's not in there.
I'm going to rapid fire what the logic is to complete Matt's and John's other games. Because the logic right now is Matt needs to complete a level in Yoshi's Island, but he cannot do it without the Chomp Rock. The Chomp Rock is at the end of the game in John's Pokemon game in Victory Road.
Yeah.
It's an item that you pick up. So he will pick that up. Matt will be able to complete Touch Fuzzy, Get Dizzy, and get all the red coins finally. From there, that will unlock the lead in Minecraft, which
it doesn't give me a lead.
Oh, sorry.
I have to make
hang on. Touch Fuzzy, Get Dizzy, Red Coins unlocks World 5 in Matt's Yoshi's Island game, which then he can get the red coins in the Ride the Ski Lifts level to get the lead in Minecraft. Then John can tame an animal and the recipe for lead. What do you need for the lead?
String.
No, it's string and
slime?
a slime ball, which I cannot get either very easily.
Oh, jeez.
So I have to find a place where they spawn, like a cave, and they're kind of rare.
All right.
Or a swamp biome, and it's a lot of looking, but not impossible. If there were villagers, I could probably have a villager to buy one from, but I don't.
Exactly.
So
Well,
anyway,
you get the lead recipe, and then once you can make a lead, John can tame an animal, giving him the achievement, the advancement, Best Friends Forever, which will unlock Matt's World 6. Matt needs World 6 in order to unlock the final boss, but specifically he also needs World 6 to clear the level Beware the Spinning Logs, to give John progressive tools to finally give him the diamond pickaxe he needs.
so I can get to the
It's
Nether.
That
So he can get to the
simple.
Nether. It's that simple. That simple.
Well,
And
technically,
if
I
we-
also need brewing.
yeah.
I don't know where that's at, but I need brewing to be able to make a blaze powder so I can make the Eyes of Ender so I can get to the Ender portal,
Yeah.
which I don't have either.
Um,
So it's kind of crazy. I like how this is though, where we all have to like complete a thing. I think that some games I don't think Minecraft's randomizer works particularly well for this because
yeah.
I think if we adjust the settings, it'll be a lot easier. I think making
Mhm.
it so that these structures are not randomized makes it so that
Yeah.
I have more access to stuff early on, because right now, yeah, I got nether fortresses in the overworld, so I can get the shit from there, but I can't use any of it now because I can't get to the nether anyway, like to get the next thing.
So either way, even though we're kind of a little blocked, we have some paths to victory,
Mhm.
and a lot of it might be locked behind John could just finish Pokemon. I think
Yeah.
John is at the point where he could beat
I'm getting
Saffron
decently
Gym,
close.
which will open up Vermilion Gym, or not Vermilion.
We'll play it
Viridian
after
Gym.
the podcast is over.
Yeah.
Let's get through this.
You'll get Viridian Gym. You'll get that badge. You'll get Victory
I'm
Road.
fully free to finish Pokemon. Like, there's
Yeah, I
nothing
think-
stopping me.
and I think that's going to get a lot of unlocks that will free a bunch of things up that we need
Yeah.
elsewhere. But that being said, if we end up abandoning this because it does get too difficult, oh well, not the end of the world. We at least have the structure needed to be able to do this more consistently, and we don't have to play at the same time. So
Yeah.
if you'd like to join us, again, discord.com, discord.com, and just send an @May of May, and I will find some time. We'll walk through, make you a YAML, and we'll join us for the July book club.
I'm thinking, like, what do I want to do for the next one? Do you have thoughts on what you're going to do?
I mean, I think I want to do 2 games.
I'm definitely doing 2 again.
I still think I should do Kingdom Hearts in there. I might want to do 3.
This Kingdom Hearts
know.
3 isn't a supported game on here.
No, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not a supported game. I'd have to relearn Blasphemous, but the built-in in-game archipelago tracker is really nice. Because that's just built into the map, so you know exactly what you can get, what you can't get with what you have. I just think Final Fantasy, the original NES one, is too slow, even with the stuff the randomizers added to it, and I don't know it as well as I'd like. Maybe I'll do Legend of Zelda, like the classic.
So I think one that I'm
know that
definitely going to
little bit of
do
Link to the
is
Past.
Link's Awakening DX for sure.
I was thinking of doing a Link to the Past.
And here's the thing. Let's say 2 people wanted to play the same game. You each would have your own world with your
Yeah.
own mixed up items.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
So
Mi-
there's-
Minecraft is even more fun with that too, because Minecraft you can have, you can have multiple people in the same world because you make a server. You can do it that way, or you can have like a persistent server that players all are playing on to unlock
Yep.
stuff, or you can have where people have their own servers, but there's still connectivity. I think you can send defeated enemies to other worlds through that too. So it like will spawn enemy like creepers in the other person's world. So
I will throw out the thing. Some of the games also have trap items you can turn on in the player options. I don't think we're gonna do that
not
for
the first time.
especially for an asynchronous, where the book club is you don't have to play at the same time. We're not planning on doing this where we're all connected at the same time. We'll just play our own game, send each other messages. Yeah, I might do Muse Dash too, because I do have that on Steam. That's a rhythm game, and every music level I complete is an unlock. I don't think I could do Overcooked though. That just seems too hard.
Yeah, I think I might try Pokemon Emerald 2 as well.
Eventually, I want to learn the Super Metroid randomizer and then do SMZ3, which is the combo Super Metroid and Link to the Past randomizer.
I like Pokemon Red though with different settings because I really like that, and I feel like it's a game that I know well enough that I can like just beat it. But then again, Emerald has so many good guides that it's like I would be fine.
Mario 64, I think I know well enough to actually play.
I need something that I don't have to be good at because I'm not technically very good. I think I definitely am going to do Stardew Valley. That was the one I want to do.
Yeah. Super Mario World, I did talk about wanting to learn as well.
I would say the biggest problem with this is that it is really catered towards people that know the randomizers well. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know the randomizer well, then you're going to be also having to learn how the randomizer works. For some games, it's not as bad. Like
here's the other part of it. You don't have to actually get the official randomizer to do these games.
Yeah.
To learn the randomizer. You can do a multi-world game with one world that runs like a regular randomizer.
Got it.
Where you just
put your own game. All I'm saying is that like some games randomize way easier. So like Red Blue is super easy to think. Nothing in the world changes other than the items that you pick up in the world are just random, and that the key items are all swap with other key items like in general. So every gym boss gives you a badge. So they've done some great stuff.
You could change that.
I know. I'm definitely not going to do that.
Oh, I would if I do a Pokemon in it.
Maybe. But regardless of that, there's certain protections they have built in. So they have a pallet warp built into so you can warp your character to Pallet Town at any time.
Oh yes, I remember that.
So if you can't get soft locked somewhere, the SSN doesn't depart when you complete it. There's all sorts of things that are built in to like not break you in that game, which I really, really think is good, which I think other games, because these are all done by communities, that are doing the randomizer. And I think that some communities are different than others. And at least the Pokemon one is really simple to understand. It's just every item that's on the ground that is like a little Pokeball that you grab the item from. I think some other like the fossil and like other things that you just get an item from are all swapped around. There's no like, whereas the Minecraft one, like the dimensions being shifted around is like shit isn't where you think it is.
Yeah.
And the ability to make items to be able to play the game are gone. Whereas Pokemon is like, I can play the game just whether or not I can get into a location is where the locks are, rather than trying to understand what I can and cannot
make.
At
least half of these games have public trackers that will help you with it, that will just tell you, hey, here's what you can do, here's what you can't do. They'll have things in green if you've got everything, yellow if there's more things to get, and red if it's locked off.
So
Matt, I'm surprised you didn't want to learn the Witness randomizer.
No.
Witness is so hard.
I think I'm good sticking with Super Nintendo games right now.
Oh, that's fair.
So I'm definitely going to do 2 again, but I think it's going to probably be Link's Awakening DX, which I've beaten and know where everything is to a point. I don't think I've beaten it once. Replays have not gotten all the way through, but that game is so simple that there are maps that tell you how to get anywhere.
I'm kind of tempted to actually, just to test how it works, to do to add, at least for myself, one of the games that is not officially supported, because I want to learn how to put those tools in, just so I know to help other people. Like if someone wanted to do, I have this saved somewhere, Archipelago Games Google Sheets. Okay. There's like a whole bunch of games. Like if someone wanted to do Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Wait, that's already kind of merged already. But Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. If someone wanted to do that game, because they knew that game really well, I just want to learn how to use this GitHub to pull the thing and where I have to do it so I know how to show someone else how to do it. That's it. That's all I wanted to know, is to figure out how to do these AP worlds. This is just adding in another game to a multi-world. There's so many things. Pokemon Crystal is currently in review. That's a game I know pretty well. Ukulele is in beta, but I don't know Ukulele at all. Chrono Trigger, the Jets of Time randomizer.
Dude, looking at the
so much.
Looking at Link's Awakening DX options, I like some of these are shuffle small keys, shuffle nightmare keys, shuffle map, shuffle compasses, shuffle stone blocks or stone beaks. So it's default set to original dungeon, but you can have it so the nightmare key you get in one dungeon doesn't work for the dungeon that you're in.
Yes. Yep.
That's a little too wild. I think for the most part, these are set up with the defaults to be pretty accessible. I would say the Minecraft one, the default is that the structures are randomized across dimensions, though, which is not.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, this why I say is this is catered to the randomizer community. So if you play a lot of randomizer, that might make sense to you. But if you don't play a lot of randomizer, you're just not used to it.
There's also so many tools, though, to make it even more accessible.
Yeah, and make it more difficult.
Like it, make it more difficult. Yeah.
All right. I think we're done with that. Matt had to go take a dump or something, so
Fair. Yep.
Do we want to do a koozie?
I'm going to do a koozie.
All right, we're already at 2 hours, so
we either keep it short or save it for next week.
I already tanted it. We'll have to do a koozie.
Okay. I was just going to say that, the more that we save for when we can get Adam back on after he's recovered, the better, but...
Okay.
While you're getting ready for that, while we're waiting for Matt to come back, I do want to say that one option that Matt forgot to look at... Well, you guys didn't really look at a lot of options. You just built your YAMLs and sent them to me. But Yoshi's Island has a randomizer option to turn off Baby Mario crying, or to change Baby Mario's crying to a random noise.
Yeah,
I don't want.
Yeah,
I think that would be worse.
All right. I also think we should probably like Twitch stream stuff too, or at least Discord stream stuff, because that's fun.
100%.
Because that's fun. That's a good excuse. Matt's not back yet, but I want to do koozie.
Yeah.
Did he die?
Well,
let's just leave this as dead air so I can easily edit it.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to edit it without putting in a break on. I don't know if anyone listened to episode 507. Yeah, 507, the one with Adam on it, because I made a special break music song that I sang. So look forward to that. It is talking about me shitting, so so if you want a little Easter egg and a little song that little ditty I did there, it's in the break music. I don't think I'm gonna do break music for this though. Oh, Lauren's on her way home, so all right. Guess Matt's just not coming back, so. Oh, I can hear him.
Yep. I wasn't sure if that was your house or his, but
here he is. That's back.
Yeah,
he survived.
We're gonna do a quick
I had
koozie.
to pee.
Yeah, we're doing a koozie. Wow, and you didn't have the bottle at your desk?
No, it's still got some Coke Zero in it.
Oh, okay. All right, so we got Untitled Thursday, 24 February 2005. What did you say?
I drink this much Gatorade. Probably
I
about
also
52 ounces.
This whole thing of stuff.
I'm doing 20 ounces. Okay, let's do some of this, even though we're like after 2 hours. I just want to get through this because I like doing koozie. I mark red for red so I don't forget. 24 February 2005. Hi, all. I haven't posted in a while. Nothing exciting has happened lately. Oh, I applied for an RA position next year, and I don't know if I'm in yet. Everybody will know tomorrow. All who applied are nervous. I think the selection will go well for all. Sweet news! I'm going to Jordan's place for his birthday. I am pumped for this exciting weekend. It will be tons of fun hanging out and doing fun stuff. Tonight, I'm doing nothing. No homework. I'm just going to take a break from a hectic week full of tests. I will keep you posted about the RA news. Here's something cool I found. It's an internet program that auto-surfs ad sites and pays you hourly for it. Keep it on overnight and make some serious bucks. If you want to use this program, I suggest using a new browser. And if you have problems, ask me with questions, okay? I'm pretty sure it's not a scam. You have to send very little personal information. Name and the address to send the check to. That's it. Check it out. surfjunkie.com/myname. So young 19-year-old John was very stupid.
Yeah.
Untitled, Monday, 28 February 2005. By the way, I wasn't accepted for an RA position next year. Woo fucking who? And then I wrote unknown congrats, and I replied to that, yeah, I'm awesome. I don't know who that was. I guess I just didn't know the username. And actually, I don't think Xanga saved it. So they may have deleted their account. Untitled, 28 February 2005. Later in the same day. Hey, everyone, that Surf Junkie thing does not work at all. Accounts are deleted before payout. This sucks. ... Here's a site that does work. I like that I go from one scam immediately to another scam. This shows you, though, like how fucking dumb 19-year-olds are and how awful our world is that these fucking 19-year-old boys are getting fucking their entire idiotic decisions are public. Whereas mine was as public as a shitty Xanga blog nobody read was.
Yep.
Anyway, here's a site that does work. You need an email account. I suggest making a new email address just for junk like this. They send you spam. You read it and get paid. Gainmail.com. Oh, I just love it. That's all I'm going to do for this week.
That shit is still happening, by the way, if you go on, like, side hustles, subreddits, and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And it's all 19-year-old idiots that are believing it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the type of guy that you fucking...
All I have to do is, like, play mobile games for 6 hours, and I can make 35 cents. Awesome. Easy money.
I mean, that's literally all the fucking, like, crypto shit, too. Like play to earn.
Oh, yeah.
Googling the term gain mail, I do not see anything. So, like, this site does not exist. There's a gainmail.com that says translate this page. I'm afraid to click it, but I'm going to because we're on the podcast. It is a domain that is on sale for $8,000. So, that is a scam site that no longer exists.
But if you spell it MALE...
That is another link to our pod. No. All right, we're done.